This is Tower of Fantasy's Vitality system, which is the exact same as Genshin's Resin System. Essentially, you get one Vitality every 8 minutes, just like you do in Genshin. The nice thing, though, about Tower of Fantasy is you can have a cap of 180. So that means once you drain it all the way down, it's not going to be refilled until 24 hours later. Unlike Genshin, where it's somewhere maybe like 19 hours. But let's talk about the two that aren't really worth. You got Dimensional Trials, which just really get you gold, and then you've got the Omnium Beacon, to where essentially all you do is you pay 30 Vitality, and then you can just like lay this beacon somewhere, and you're essentially just trying to hide it. Hopefully no one else picks it up. And then you come back 24 hours, and you get materials out of it. But there's a lot better things to do with your Vitality. Alright, next, let's take a look at Interstellar Exploration. Now, these are the Stargates that I was talking about in the map. What you want to do is just kind of like look at each Stargate and see what materials that they offer. What you're looking for are the specific upgrade materials to level up your weapon. I'll discuss this more in another video. You can also use the chat and see if there's better Stargates on different channels, kind of like Lost Ark, where you can just switch channels. Got the same thing here. And some Stargates offer quite a bit of material, so it's worth to go. And like Genshin domains, you can go in with a group of people, or you can just do it yourself. But these are really fun. What happens is there's 3 waves, and each wave gets stronger. So what you gotta do is use your multiple weapons just to take out the enemies. You also have like a time limit, but they're pretty generous with the time, as long as you're like leveling up your character and your power is not too low. So, you know, upgrading your gear, upgrading your weapons, all of that shouldn't have too much trouble handling any Stargate your level. But once you complete it, you essentially just get all the materials, and then all you have to do is just leave. Alright, let's talk about Spacetime Domains. These are going to be the main thing you spend your Vitality on. This is how you get a lot of materials to upgrade your weapons. So once this is unlocked, most likely you're going to be spending most of your time here. It's pretty much the most value you can get out of using your Vitality. But what these are like mini dungeons. Sometimes you can just go straight in and all you have to do is just kill the boss, and if you kill the boss you get the rewards. Sometimes it's like an actual dungeon and you have to like kind of go through, kill some mobs, and then get to the next room, and then at the very end fight the boss at the end, and once you kill him, of course you get the rewards. One thing I will let you know is sometimes you can just like bypass the little mini mobs and just go straight to the boss. I did that a lot of times so that way I can just get through it faster. But there are some areas that I noticed where it's just like I'm not allowed to go through the door unless I kill the mini mobs. So I would always just try to get to the door that's closed off and then kill the mobs, because you could probably save some time if you just try to run to the boss instead of like wasting time fighting all the little mini mobs. Now for the last thing, you have joint operations. Now this is going to cost you 60 Vitality, and you also want to like have a group of 4 to handle this. So you can also do like matchmaking to, you know, get through this. Ideally, if you have a group of 4 friends and you know you got a healer, a tank, and DPS, that's probably the best way to do it. But you know how some people don't want to do that. Comparing this to Genshin, I would say this is similar to domains and weekly bosses, because this is like the big thing that you want to spend your resin on, but at the end game. This is kind of like artifacts. You want to wait till you're at that max level before you start hitting these, because this is where you get your gear and really power up your character. So you don't want to just waste your resin getting the small little crappy artifacts. You know how Genshin is. But you can only do certain joint operations on certain days. So what I would do is just avoid this until you're like level 50 or level 60. That's when you get like some access to the best gear sets. But doing it earlier than that, you're kind of just wasting your resin. There will be a thing that tries to trick you, like you got like that Traveler's Handbook, and it's just gonna be like, hey, do a joint operation. What I did is I got to where I was like level 30, and then I went to the very first one and just did it by myself. because all you have to do is just clear the joint operation. You don't have to actually accept the rewards. So how this works is you and your party have to do 3 objectives. Generally it's like kill some mobs and they're guarding a treasure chest, and that's where you can spend 20 vitality to open up that treasure chest. And then you have to kill a mini boss, and once you kill him, then you have access to the next treasure chest, which costs 20 vitality. Then you get to the very end, and then you're at the big boss, and you have to take him down with your party. And if you all successfully do that, then you get the last box, which costs 20 vitality, adding up to 60 vitality, and that's essentially the joint operation. But that pretty much covers everything you need to know about vitality, at least to get started. But if you like this video, check out my upcoming video about where I talk about the challenges, to where like Tower of Fantasy's type of Spiral Abyss, they got PvP. Otherwise, check out my video about the daily activities you need to do in Tower of Fantasy. Other than that, have a great day.